Hi everybody, welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. Back in the Shadow Quarters. Oh, just remembered. You'd give us some weapons, didn't she? That chainsaw. Who's got a chainsaw? Oh, you got all one. I don't. There's no. Old Davy check. She can use old Davy's. There's another one. Chunks of armor off though. She had this one. It's just straight out better. And can't be. Look at the damage up. Yeah, how huge damage. Doesn't give the extra hit chance. That's what it is. I can't use it. No, the only one I can use the old heavy weapons is I could give that to herself. In her offhand, do it one-handed one. Plasma pistol. Doesn't have weaponry. Revolver. Unuseful. I'd rather use that than that though. Okay. Do I ever? What if I've ever gonna make her use old weapon? That is a large increase. 6 minimum, 5 maximum damage. Don't get this though. I mean, there's dead eye shots then. Wait, sword ain't good for you. Anyway, moving on.
I always keep my options open.
Oh, there's something here, wasn't there? I do. Yeah, I did do Vault. Canvas base. Okay, so for this one, quarantine. Yeah, I'm gonna have shadow quarters. Okay, let's go. Just gonna have to look around again.
I always have a backup plan.
Can't get in there yet. Look over here. I'm sure I've missed something over here. What's that in here, wasn't there? Did nothing. But later on.
Is there money to be made?
Okay. Cook this lit.
This could be an opportunity.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
The Emperor sets my path. Duty prevails. See? Right there. When the faithful are idle, heresy grows. Never doubt me. The Emperor favors me today.
Yeah, I'll take all that.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Okay, why is that not? That's weird. Right, I haven't missed anything. Open the doors for us, guide our way, twist our way, succeed, days of daybreak, days of daybreak. Oh, kind of. Chaos Beast.
I'll make an example out of you!
You'll make a suitable sacrifice?
Nice one, Argenta, just run in there. We got pretty good. Let's get Jae to. Maybe I should respec her. Let's seize the initiative. The focus and what's the other one I didn't get from my two officers? There's authority.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
faith without eradicated. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. As the Emperor, you can escape the Emperor's judgment.
How come that's not? Well, it is available.
That is not the Emperor's will.
No AP. Just right AP. Again.
I'll make it happen.
Hang on, Cassia. Can debuff.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Does everyone except... Or everyone. Just Mr. Zarvanov.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Grace, at least. Me?
Again?
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Should have done that for the... This there should have just used that. Anyway. Front. Like this.
That is foolishness. If only that were possible. I am a navigator. Not a servitor.
Back line. And
I'm afraid not. That is
too far away. I
foolishness.
guess it's too far away. Right then.
Request approved.
Close there. What does this pink color do? Wow. I'm 300 watt down to 104. This with Argenta. Dodge 51. I like that. Stunned because Argenta or Cassius there.
My vow is to serve.
I can't do that now, damn it. With joint analysis.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Denied.
Alright then, don't. Our Lady Saviour.
Doubt is for the eradicated. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Sorcerer, I guess.
I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Momentum.
She can't buff.
Am I getting paid for this?
Argenta, another go.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
That's way through. Shoot.
Watch my back. You've got a problem, I've got a prize.
Oh shit. They were stunned first, wasn't it?
On it.
You're not dead yet. No, he's not dead. He's knocked over for some reason. Let's just do it again. Let's do resolve.
You should
Argenta.
feel honored to witness this.
I'll do it. This is why I was chosen. As the Emperor, you, my Emperor. Each strike is a prayer. Faith without none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
One left. Blue hollow. Oh, okay.
Doubt is for...
That's right. Pink hollows turn into blue hollows.
I'll do it.
I remember.
As the Emperor...
High momentum.
That was easy. Argenta rushes to the last living occultist and silently and furiously punches him in the face. Blaspheming heretic, what you praying to? In other words, that call to our law. She doesn't get to finish. The cultist, having dropped to his knees, interrupts her, grating, rasping laughter. Of course you know them. I recognise you too, lackey to the corpse on the throne. Haven't you already experienced the power of the true God? Didn't you flee from us, shedding tears? Argenta records as if from a blurb, then steps forward, grabs the cultist by the scruff of his neck, makes him look into her eyes burning like embers. I'm the one of the Adeptus Sororitas. I have never not lost my life from heretics and betrayers of humankind. Interrogate him. Do you want to know, servants of the Corpse Emperor? The names of my brethren, and many of those there are. Where we are, I will tell you myself. We are myriad and we are everywhere. Soon, very soon, you'll hear our voices. When you hear them at your back, so close you can feel their breath, then you'll know the power of the true God. Just how many of you vermin are there? First Racket Minoris, now here. Pascal pulls a number of instruments out of his robe. You would bet your life the purpose of these items isn't to disassemble machines, he says casually. Should you encounter difficulties during the information extraction process, I would recommend precise targeting of ganglia. Cultist chuckles arrogantly but pales into Pascal's calmly probing gaze. How do you know Argenta? Have you seen her on Footfall before? Not on Footfall, he laughs hoarsely. Another place. He flew right in like a bird into a snare. staring at the cultist, her eyes wide as if against the world. She whispers to us, "This prime." What's he talking about? Planet, a place. Doesn't matter. I know these heretics. I fought them. I was gravely wounded, but I swear I never turned on them and ran. Turns to the cultist, her eyes filled with cold fury. If you truly have seen me on Salus Prime, someone among you must know a way to get there. Do you have your own ship and navigator? Answer me. Ships and maps, roads and doors, we have them all. But our paths are not for you. The true God spins this web. You are but a fly caught in it. But where's the spider? Your eyes filled with madness. Need something more coherent. Oh, trader, we'll get this from this madman. It's my part, sorry. I will tell it, but not here. Not in his presence. Ooh, what is this true God you keep mentioning? You'll know, in time. He gives you a wicked smile, painted with the fresh blood on his lips. End him. You can kill me, servants of the Corpse Emperor. But you can't stop the victory of the true God. The edge of daybreak is nigh. The hour of his triumph approaches. Koronus hangs for a minute. Then Argenta turns to you and shrugs nonchalantly. That's it. We've fulfilled Reverand Heironymous' request, which means I'm now free. I can continue my travels with you. Before we leave this den, let us round up the remains of the blasphemers. I'd like to cleanse the place of purifying flame, but perhaps we can find clues that might tell us where these heretics came from, or if they have any more associates. She lowers her head wearily. He needs to talk, but he can wait. Just meet on the ship when it's time to depart Footfall. But this was what I was looking for then. What Heironymous. Got the plasma pistol. Nice. Good glove. His hood. The way we use this psychic power, it will either restore 2 AP or take 10 warp damage with a 50% chance of either. And I do have a cloak there. 15% arm against warp damage. So it'll be like 8 damage there. Isn't too bad. Analog beams. Where'd I pick those up from? I guess Avalon can use them. That was probably going to be better for, again, Hynix. Oh no, I've got the dodge one for Hynix, haven't I? Haven't I? Should I put it on Cassia? No. That's those ones. That'll be 100% dodge. It's like a massive area, but it's a tiny little map. The rest of this room.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
We'll raise momentum to 175 whenever they kill 5 enemies in a row in one turn. And the only person doing that is Argenta, and it is Sororitas boost. They are for her.
Let us not dawdle.
Just looked back for Cole. He's got skirmisher. If you kill 5 enemies, well, he probably will be on 175 momentum anyway. Another one that could be for is a dearer. I wonder why the map is so big. And it could be just... It's like really zoomed out, weird map location.
Keep your wits about you.
That ship's in like 3 rooms. Corridor.
I always keep my options open.
Oh, that was quick. I guess. I guess I'm going to speak to Heironymous. I'm going to speak to the liege as well, I guess. Bait him on killing the Anvers. Might have something to say about this. Maybe he can get me into the quarantine zone.
I always have a backup plan.
Which is residence.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Greetings, your ladyship. I don't mean to hurry you, but I do hope that deal is still in place. The station continues to experience increasingly severe shortages of provisions. Then there's a Jae standing behind you, and he sees his jaw tight in tension. What are you doing here? Vladame, you must have thought you were the only one on football who knew how to make friends. He shrugs and smirks. Condescendingly, told you I'd find a better deal. You know, and Jae, Vladame pointedly addresses you. I'm sure your ladyship has reason for getting mixed up with a small fry like her. Not so small that she doesn't worry you. Perhaps you were amused by her false promises of quick profit, or some more intimate aspects of such relationships. In any case, that's none of my business. Just remember that here in football, truly good deals worthy of your attitude could only come from me, of your attention. You're right, it's none of your business. Without doubt, please forgive my discretion. What brings you to me? His response is dry and reserved, but it never stops glaring at Jae. Did what you could not. I found a news file to Anver's agitator-in-chief. Truly is a outstanding accomplishment, ladyship. But Footfall can now rest easy, at least until the next mad hoodlum makes himself known. There's an establishment not too far from here to let people torture fake Xenos there. I want it to stop. It will be dealt with. 60 experience, nice. The man introduced himself as a servant of House Calder, asked to have a word with me, and then, imagine the odds, someone blew his brains out. He doesn't look surprised. The Anvers again, I presume. There's anarchical. The generals don't care whom they shoot. Be it my servant, yours, or those in the employ of House Calder. I suspect this agent wished to negotiate a deal that would have you refrain from hindering incendiary callers, effective stranglers, with the threat of hunger, and demand our obedience. If so, I don't believe I'll be mourning the man's passing very long. Only one person stood to gain from this murder, you. You're suggesting those outlaws are acting on my orders, then I vociferously deny anything of the sort. However, if you're merely alluding to the possibility that someone who cares about Footfall's fate could have started a rumour on the lower levels that House Calder's agents were looking to assert their authority on Footfall, nothing suspicious or entirely logical, as was the man's inevitable hands at the death at the hands of the Anvers. Why to a quarantine? Well, that, he grimaces, who knows? It could be an actual epidemic, or perhaps the two families that started it all just came down with the same food poison at the same time, on a space station. The best solution here is to isolate the area and wait for the problem to resolve itself. To enter. Back to the question, you're putting both yourself and the station at risk. I believe I said I wish to enter, would dare defy the will of a rogue trader. Clenches his teeth and remains silent. Your imprudence could spell the end of you and the entire station, but as you wish, I'll have my people clear small patches for you. It will take time, mind you. The place will be mined properly. It will take days, if not more, but you will get your way in. What you've got. Nothing to do. Already got one of those. Yeah. Opening, that's for... Is it? That's openings. Is it bounty hunters openings? Oh yeah, I got the 2000 on Jae and Argenta. Right. That's that done. Got a nice little chunk of, well, not much, but some experience.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
What's wrong with you people? Don't you care, do you? You want to grow fat in the liege's stores to the station staffs? Shut up. One more time for clarity. Shut up. Wow.
Is there money to be made?
I got that bloody barker thing again. I put that away. Why isn't that stacking with that? Weird. thought I told this to be stopped. You're in deep range and makes some powerful people very angry. Stop. No, wait. But then told us to make sure you're not seen around here again. And we will. Well, I won't do that again, will he? Interact with you found out now. Follow.
Let us not dawdle.
And the thug. You thought the anglers were dead and gone, did you, scum? Limper Mikey. I'm in charge here now, but not as smooth as fighting Pampus' last guy. But a better shot. Well, let's just kill you all then, shall we? Size of the axe. Now look who's here. Isn't that the breeder did our boss in? Knifer.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
You will fall!
There's 8 of them. Okay, got 2 here. Most of them are here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's the other one gone? Oh, there's 3 there. 4, 5, 6, 7. I want everyone back here then. Just let Cassie run mental. Cassie does go before the thug does. Bring Argenta back here. Abelard. There. Pascal. Jae. And Cassia. Pascal just hit them all with one pitiless steer, I think. Right then. Argenta.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Thugs will have 28. 56 for those 2 there. Yeah, these are 28.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Momentum going.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is
Yes.
for the weak. I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for...
go.
Running binaric overload. Request approved.
Backline. Over here, I guess.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Not gonna hit any of my right, guys. No.
The scriptural protocol is favorable.
Joint analysis. Cassia. Debuffed them. This should do damage. Do I get a free go?
Me, as duty demands.
No. That didn't work. Did do a cooldown, and it did. Because the attack turn per limit.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I'll see to it personally.
Boost Abelard up. 18 damage there. Or 12 to 60. Or got 3 left. Argenta. And also
I'll make it happen.
give it another go.
I'll do it.
Minus 53 damage.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
And also give it
Accept your lot.
finest hour.
Faith without eradicated. I'll do it.
Refresh that.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I will not. I'll do it.
Wow. See when he can back up. Goals 62 into the crit, 98% crit. Camaraderie plus 84%. They didn't get a single attack, did they? No, I don't think they did. So to watch your back, make sure you're not being followed. In axe or heavy leather. That jump over. Okay. I get here. I was going to talk to Heironymous first, but just none of that's there.
always have a backup plan.
Forget me. Halfway through level 18. Your request has been fulfilled. Cultists down in the Shadow Quarter has been cleared out. Grim smile brightens his features. He makes a sign of their quitter. I hope that their suffering was commensurate with their deeds. Get more experience and more rep. Okay. I can't get here. Cogitator.
A machine gun runs the inside.
It sure was here before. Maybe? Was that a different map? I had to open a gate like that. It's like goo. There's some crap on the
Compared to naval
What a
service,
peculiar
that
thing.
was barely a challenge.
It's the Commander's Monocle. An ally under the effect of voice command ability makes an attack during an extra turn. This attack deals an additional 12%, 3 times spell bonus percent damage. So for her it'll be like 21. Nice. And the great sword. Commander's Monocle. Yeah, the 21% extra damage. I'll just want this. What was that?
My house would be proud of me.
The numerous wounds indicate this is protected brutal murder. That's A and V carved. The victim shoulder blade. He's just stuck inside a closet. I was cleaning off the anvil. Graffiti. Oh no, let's go here. Like this piece of junk. And that's it, I think. Talk to you on the bridge. Jae stuff.
I always keep my options open.
Okay. Maybe I have to leave and come back again. As in leave the system and come back again. Not just leave this one map here. Well, actually, did I... Something about that... Did I do that? What was the architect guy? Where was it? Up into the... No idea then. Absolutely no idea. No, it wasn't perilous, was it? Oh, what's that? And that's in the atrium. Let's just go there while I'm here. Otherwise, I'll forget.
Keep your wits about you.
Oh, it's just there as well. I think I know where it is. It's like the top right. It's down that little alleyway kind of thing. Get over here.
Is there money to be made?
No, nothing. Did I really get it?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
I honestly can't remember if I've been done it or not.
I always have a backup plan.
It's just the chapel. looks out the window.
I always keep my options open.
Well, that was nothing then. I can't remember what I've done all the... Oh, let's do that one, yeah. Oh, waste of time. Let's go back to dock and take off. How long have I been recording for? Oh. Right. I'm just going to talk to Jae. I think we went through everything here.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored with our little talk, Shireen?
I've seen enough of the shiny wrapping of the Koronus Expanse. Tell me about his dark side.
The dark side is the real Koronus Expanse, if you ask me. But what do you want to know about it, Shireen?
How do you do things on Footfall?
Dynastiers drink with criminals. Rogue traders strike deals with the Casbalica. And dozens of ships stop off for a welcome break from a long voyage. Is there a more beautiful place in the entire Imperium? The Emperor is merciful to the meek and the powerful alike. There's a job for everyone as long as they have a head on their shoulders. And if you feel like talking to him in person, the statue of the Exalted One can be seen from any asteroid. You can pray to your heart's content.
Hear about the Casbalica mission?
An ancient crime cartel that originated with the first settlers of the Calixis sector. It is run by shadowy clans with robber barons at the helm. Cross their path, and you risk making enemies all over the Koronus Expanse, or even the entire Imperium. As for the agents, they are just shameless, greedy scum. Every third person on Footfall is a Casbalican. But that doesn't mean all that rotten filth is acting together. I've been set up more than once just so some Casbalican can get one over on his rivals. And yet, the Casbalica is generous to its customers, if you can afford it. Anything can be obtained, organized, and transported for the right price. The customer is always right, unless they happen to be a rat. In which case...
Scum, rotten filth, rats. It's almost as if Jae's mask briefly slipped. They started using words that have no place in the vocabulary of someone from the upper strata of the Imperium. Are you one of the robber barons?
What gave you such an outrageous idea? Was it my immaculate garment? My gorgeous jewelry? Do not worry, Shireen. I will let you know once I become a baroness, should the Exalted One will it. Just imagine the strong and fruitful alliance that could be forged between a rogue trader and the mastermind of the Casbalica.
How'd you become a Casbalica agent?
It's not hard to do on Footfall. I spent a year working for good old Christo. He was a brave soldier who gave up the ghost in a scuffle with orcs, and then took over his business. Having a good head on your shoulders and keeping the Exalted One in your heart helps to establish new contacts quickly. Eventually, I gathered together a group of honest and loyal people, and it only took a few successful contracts for the Kasbalika to take notice. I quickly settled on Footfall and started dispensing my wisdom to my protégés and subordinates. I lost the taste for getting my hands dirty.
Tell me about the coal trade.
It really is simple, Shireen. The Kasbalika runs the Imperium's black market, offering special goods to those who can afford their services. Yes, I am talking about Xeno artifacts too. Alien weapons, technology, sometimes even certain kinds of living creatures. Unlike the rogue traders whose sacred warrants make them immune even from the laws of the Exalted One, Kasbalikan agents are used to hiding and covering their tracks. Nobody wants to draw unwanted attention, no matter who might take an interest. Especially now that the Koronus Expanse has a warrior of the Golden Throne as its watchman.
Is that the Inquisitor is all about?
Why not? The decision is yours, Sherry.
Tell me about your business in the Koronus Expanse.
My trade means knowing the right people and non-people, having the right connections, and making sure the precious goods find their way into the hands of my no less precious customers. My wisdom includes the knowledge of the enemies of humankind, be they Xenos or the lowest scum of the Imperium, as well as the latest knowledge about how they charge for any particular curio at the Footfall Market. Not even the most cunning Arji will deceive you as long as I am with you, Shireen. I promise you that. Whatever I have can be yours too, if your unfathomable wealth isn't enough for you already, I mean.
You do business with enemies of humanity?
It has been known to happen. After years of dealing with Xenos, I've learned their customs, and even got a grasp of their language. Except they cringe whenever I start speaking. Arrogant sods. They dislike even our voices, but they never turn away our valuables. Then again, I'm used to seeing sour faces. In this trade, the easily offended go out of business.
Perhaps your knowledge will serve.
I have no doubt you will have to deal with Xenos sooner or later. When that time comes, Shireen, you will thank the Exalted One for sending me to stand at your side.
You have many talents.
Thank you, Shireen. Being able to read and write is chief among them. You may not be aware, but this science is beyond the abilities of billions of the Imperium subjects. And yet they happily keep drudging along in their factories, fundi, and assembly lines. Me? I didn't escape Ifrit to consign myself to such misery. It was literacy that paved my path to copied orders, forged signatures, counterfeited papers. The wonderful things that make the wheels of bureaucracy turn in the right direction.
Are you really that rich?
Compared to the rabble on Footfall, perhaps. Compared to you, be it power or money, I still have a long way to go. I could purchase one of Footfall's asteroids, but not a planet. I could subjugate a few gangs from the shady districts, but not Vladium. And so the answer to your question is no. I do not consider myself rich. I am not rich enough.
You could be sitting back reaping the fruits of your own work, so why have you chosen to embrace the vicissitudes of life above a voidship?
You're fun to talk. I grew tired of scribing endless contracts and agreements neatly tucked away on Footfall. Well, I did that for how many years? But here, among the stars, you are always balanced on a knife edge. Nothing thrills me more than the tension of a warp jump, or the danger that lurks around every corner on a planet. Footfall was beginning to make me fat and stupid, Shireen. I do not want that.
He speaks measuredly, with just the right amount of laziness in her voice. Her performance cannot conceal a slight tremble in her voice. Whatever she is afraid of, that is what drove her on Footfall. What about your gang that stayed back at Footfall? Do you trust them?
Do I trust the Trickster twins? By the Exalted One, no. The underhanded rogues of Footfall came up with that name for a reason. The tricks of those frenzied ashmags are all about things far more intriguing than the honest and law-abiding subjects of the Imperium can imagine.
The mention of our fellow coal traders makes her eyes shine a little bit brighter than usual.
On the other hand, this is why I am keeping them close. Kor and Tora know who lifted them out of the cesspit proudly called the Shadow Quarters, and who has been feeding that ravenous beast their insatiable lust for lucre. No, they are not going to betray me if only because they know I am now a part of your entourage, Shireen. They're not going to let the biggest pie in the Imperium pass them by without trying to get a slice for themselves.
Fair enough. Tell me about the Xenos of Koronus Expanse.
Vicious, cruel, dangerous beasts. Humans hold little interest for Xenos. We are entertainment for them, a means to keep boredom at bay. A commodity. But some of them contact us once in a while using their own people. Do not deceive yourself by thinking you are safe because there are no Xenos in sight. Those Agi are as cunning as they are ruthless. They cleverly pull at the strings of spies and traitors, subjugate those who do not fall for the promised reward, transform the ones who resist their promises into soulless puppets. The Emperor watches over me, and that is why I still haven't succumbed to the fate of many of my associates who have lost their lives to the stringy scoundrels.
Okay.
I think we've said all there is to say on this topic.
You don't look like a typical smuggler.
No truer words have ever been said. I'm far more exciting than some small-time peddlers from Footfall. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Jae Amira Fatqin Tamiri Ash Ifrit, the 12th daughter of the Lord of Ifrit, a distant world at the fringes of the Imperium. The youngest child is destined to become a bargaining chip in the family's political games. But I was unwilling to accept such a fate, and wanted to choose what to become and which path to follow. When I learned the Exalted One watches over hundreds of other worlds amidst distant stars, I understood there was an entire world of opportunities beyond Ifrit. All I had to do was break the familial bonds tying me down and escape the planet. Which I did a long time ago.
Why did you choose to come to the Expanse?
The Koronus Expanse. A gorgeous name, isn't it? But this backwater wasn't my original destination when I escaped, Shireen. Oh no, it was the rumors of incredible freedom that brought me to the Koronus Expanse. Freedom that is generously bestowed upon everyone who can survive in these parts. All doors are open here. You can become a saint, a mogul, a kingmaker, or anyone you like, really. Here, hard work pays off. Unless you're used to lying by the roadside and complaining instead of toiling for the good of your soul, glory, wallet, or whatever floats your boat. I'm used to working hard, and so I found my blessing.
How did you escape from Ifrit?
I convinced my father I personally wished to oversee the inspection of imported goods. I had to get experience so I wouldn't bring shame on our family, didn't I? I made friends with traders, missionaries, and soldiers at the port. I listened to their stories, studied the charts, learned what documents I had to forge to escape the planet. A kind word here, a shiny coin there. And here I am, in the iron belly of a ship, braving the void in search of a new life.
Judging by your implants, you've had quite a few close shaves over the years.
Consider it a mark of my trade. This year, Xenos. Dumb-headed orcs. Who knew that we weren't the only ones to get tempted by the wreck of that raider? As for this treasure, I received it as a reward for a life that had been just a little too good. I was in a hurry to get to the Adeptus Amasakis after the Exalted One blessed me with immense wealth. I was 2 backstreets away from the den when a pathetic ashmag attacked me, envious of somebody else's fortune.
Jacks a thumb across her throat. You're familiar with implants like the one that has replaced Jae's neck. It's merely one part of a massive augmentation replacing the internal organs. The slit throat could not have been the cause of installing such a sophisticated device. Okay.
All relationships are based on mutual trust. That goes for business too.
Did you know Theodora, my predecessor?
It is difficult not to be aware of the powers that be, especially ones like Lord Captain Theodora. But we never met personally, as the difference between our positions was far too great. Theodora was a mighty ruler, the center of her own universe. And I, a pathetic commoner, was nothing next to her. But you were kind to me, Shireen. And in my eyes, that puts you above your esteemed aunt, or whoever she was to you.
You must forgive my pride, but as the esteemed princess's heart been claimed by some lucky fellow.
Or lucky lady, you mean? My heart has been coveted by proud men with hard eyes, gentle maidens with sensual voices, imperious lords and fierce leaders of void brigands. Only rogue traders have not yet featured among Jae Hidari's intimate friends. Why do you ask, Shireen?
It gives you an enigmatic smile. I should grant you the honor of serving me as my nightly delight. Enjoy being with you. I'd like to spend more time together.
Oh, Shireen. With a few words, you have managed to make my heart flutter like a songbird caught in the snare of a skilled hunter. You enjoy being with me. Perhaps you even find me amusing? Every girl dreams of hearing that she will make a fine toy and a worthy diversion.
Injections of sarcasm into her voice for you to notice. Just enough playful irony into the enticing curve of her smile. Don't see it as a toy. Thank you.
I understand. I'm just having a little fun, Shireen. I can't possibly just say, oh, I like you too. Words as dry and dull as a voidsman's dinner. They are unworthy of us. If you are not simply amusing yourself by toying with my feelings, then why not give it a try? Go on. Or, wait. You haven't yet asked how I feel about being your romantic partner. Ask soon, Shireen.
My dazzling one, can I trust that you hold in your heart at least some of the smallest drop of regard to me?
I simply cannot reject so ardent
Sarcasm
an
dripping.
admirer. To insult such sincere passion would be a wicked act in the eyes of the exalted one.
I shall wait for you to treat me to a token of your affection, my dazzling one.
Savor the anticipation, Shireen.
Huh?
Wait, and do not lose confidence.
Achievement. Spark to romance.
But if the feelings in your soul have become a fire that is burning you up from within, then you may express them by bestowing a gift upon your humble servant.
She winks at you. Telling me tales about your colourful past, Jae. I feel not all of these are true.
Listen, Shireen, the giver of happiness and the dearest of my friends. I am who I am. A cold trader, a Casbalican agent, and your partner. We each have a past, and that past is sealed. I'm not prying into your soul, am I? Well, have pity on mine. It has already been gnawed at by the Aji. And if you don't like the sound of that, we'll just go our separate ways. Deal?
It's a very sore topic.
All relationships are based on mutual trust. That goes for business too.
Keep using words I don't understand, like calling me Shireen.
The language on Ifrit, my home world, is quite different from the one spoken in the Koronus Expanse. We bestow more than one meaning upon each word, allowing our wise men to fully express their sagacious thoughts, and us lowly commoners our base passions and desires. Take Aji, for example. That is what I call every piece of scum and villain, because Aji means evil and foe and pathetic worm unworthy of consideration. Or take Ashmat. It means fool and little brother and blind man who stumbled and would fall into a pit without guidance. Shireen means friend and comrade and roommate in a battle formation, like we are.
Comrade. Yeah. Hey, I'll see you later.
Oh, I have no doubt you will.
The laughs and bids you farewell with a wink. Okay, interesting. And Argenta wanted to talk about everything on Cecil Primal, what it's called. Just save it. So I have to go through all that again. It's getting past the hour mark now, must be, for this recording. And I'll just do this one and then call the episode after Argenta.
Greetings.
Even in stillness, Sister Argenta radiates energy with the dark eyes shining and a slight blush to her cheeks. She is reciting a prayer. It looks at you only once. She has spoken the final line. What if you to tell me about your past and to explain the strange words of that cultist of Footfall?
Yes, I'm ready. I would ask only one thing of you, rogue trader. If I may, I would like to see the chamber of the sacred warrant and kneel before the relic touched by the Emperor himself. A difficult conversation lies ahead of us, and I wish to pray by the relic before I lay my soul bare.
Yeah, yes, I've got to do more talking. Of course, let us go there. She nods gratefully. Argenta drops to her knees, her hands making the signs of the Aquila. Her eyes are locked on the sweeping signature on the warrant. A seemingly mundane thing, a flourish on a piece of paper, unless one knows whose hand left that mark and whose blood is on that paper. If thou seest a flaw in me, smite me. If thou knowest a fall of mine, burn me. With flames of fury and righteousness, but if thou seest a light of me, grace me. If thou hearest this plea of mine, bless me. With wrath of fury and of righteousness. Her voice is sonorous, as if made for singing hymns and prayers, but right now she cannot seem to catch her breath. So overwhelmed with emotion is she. For I will breathe by the will of thine, for I will live by the law of thine. Carry thy word, O Emperor, and bring solace to the servants of thine, and ruin to the foes of thine. Fate of terror and righteousness. Upon finishing, she closes her eyes and remains silent for a long time, with her head raised high. Slowly, like the first licks of flame in a campfire, a smile blossoms on her lips. When she finally opens her eyes, they are alight with uncanny resolution. Well, trader, we need to talk, or rather, I need to tell you something. The truth. The truth about how I ended up on Theodora von Valancius' ship, and about the cultists we encountered on Footfall. You listening? Please understand, I couldn't trust you before. I'll tell you my story and you'll see why. She pauses. I'll start at the beginning. It's easier to piece everything together that way. On arriving in the Expanse and on Footfall, I found no purpose here, only torment. I wasn't needed. The reliquary I had been assigned to safeguard was already well protected by Reverand Heironymous' mission. No one has even trying to divide it, for all its lawlessness. Footfall respects the worship of the Emperor. That's when Lady Theodora, head of your dynasty, appeared. She became an agent of divine will, in a way. She falters, searching for the words. It was from her that I learned about a planet recently discovered by her scouts, Salis Prime. A rogue trader, that was of little interest, a feral world away from the convenient warp routes. For me, learning about its existence was a revelation. I never even heard of such a planet. Does it belong to the Von Valancius dynasty? Yes, now the planet is yours by right. It's not as simple as that. The warp route leading to it was lost. I'll explain in due time. I continue. Please do. The description of Salis Prime was familiar to me. It seemed very similar to a world from an ancient legend, the legend of St. Argenta and the ship. The voice grows reverent. Argenta, the living saint. She is my patroness. The order named me after her. She died millennia ago when heretics caused a ship to fall from the skies. But even those blasphemers could not touch Argenta's ashes or holy relic, the one star, or the fallen ship which now serves as a resting place for the saints' remains. only allow the truly righteous to enter. All others will meet their death. Imagine what I felt when this flash of insight came upon me. The world where St. Argenta's ship was merely a vague legend. No one knew its actual whereabouts, so suddenly I'm myself named after the saint came across this information. I realised at that moment that it was a portent that I must journey to the planet and find this ship. And so I asked Reverend Heironymous to let me go for a time on a personal pilgrimage. I boarded Theodore's ship, demanding passage to the newly discovered planet Silas Prime. Why did you keep your supposition from Reverend Heironymous? Surely he could have helped you with the search for the ship and the saint's remains. I couldn't just come out and tell him. There was a portent revealed to me personally. But you see, I told Reverend Heironymous the honest truth that I was going on a personal pilgrimage to embolden my spirit. It really was a pilgrimage. It was if St. Argenta herself had shown me the way, commanding me to undertake this trial. If I found the ship and set foot on its decks, if I laid my hand on her remains in the relic, it would have been a sign that I'd truly been blessed with the saint's favour. That's understandable. Searching for your destiny, for your place in the world, is a special matter, a personal one. Does it succeed it, or you don't? Should be somewhat surprised. I thought that I had been called, that finding the ship was my destiny, my place in the world. Perhaps there was something to that. I imagine Theodore was thrilled with the prospect. She led to her assistance. It was her intention to visit the newly discovered world, and she took me with her. Mentioned something called the One Star. Where is it? I got so carried away I forgot to explain. The One Star is the relic kept by St. Argenta. I belong to the Order Pronatus, and we attach particular significance to holy relics. One Star is one of the lost relics of the past, so mysterious that no one even knows what it is exactly. Argenta's hagiography at times calls it a banner, or a set of armour, or blessed chainsword. One thing is certain, it was a beacon of righteousness, and it was lost with Argenta's death. What happened next? Defeat. Argenta says bitterly. The ship's augurs failed to detect anything of note during orbital scanning. I was expecting this though. According to the legend, the ship can conceal itself from the naked eye, and only a pilgrim guided by a pure heart can find it. What I didn't expect was an ambush waiting for us on the planet. I landed there with a small unit provided by Theodora. I knew St. Argenta's hagiography by heart. I knew all the legends about her. I followed their obscure clues. The descriptions of mountains and rivers from millennia-old tales. I was certain that I found the way to the ship, and that's when we were attacked. The words we heard in the heretic shrine on Footfall. Something about ways, doors, please, addressed to some lord at the edge of daybreak. Argenta was shaking with disgust. They were the same words as those spoken by the cultists who attacked us on Silas Prime. My whole unit perished. All those honest, brave people who had led to search for the relic, some by a miracle that I didn't perish along with them. I didn't connect these events at first. The cultists on Footfall, the cultists on Silas Prime, the cultists attacking his ship, and Conrad's betrayal. What if these were all links in the same chain? What if they've long since infiltrated the ranks of the Von Valanci's servants? What if I led these heretics to the sacred planet in my search? Only one might have answers to the questions. Conrad escaped. Oh yes, I sincerely hope that we will meet again. That servant needs to answer a few questions before it's plunged into cleansing flame. No need to blame yourself. The heretics really had wormed their way into Von Valanci's ranks by then. They would have found the planet even without you going there. Because Theodora was going there. Doubt it. No one except me was particularly interested in the planet. Conrad, on the other hand, he sympathised with me when I first came aboard. He helped me arrange an audience with Theodora, supporting me in my effort to visit the planet. I never told him plainly why I wanted to go there, but imagine that Vulture must have figured out it was something important, something related to the holy faith of the Imperium. What could delight a heretic more than defiling a relic? How do you escape from the cultists? She hangs her head. Theodore's people received the distressed call, came to my rescue and brought me aboard the ship. I barely remember what happened. When they arrived, I was already severely wounded, fighting back with whatever remained of my strength. I think I shouted that we had to go after them. They didn't listen. They took me to the shuttle and pulled me out. After that, there's all blackness. When I came to, we were already in the middle of a warp jump. Theodore had urgent matters to take care of, and she decided they should clear out the planet at a later time. That's why he didn't trust me before. Yes, to look you in the eye. I saw with my own eyes. I remember if your family showed his true colours as a servant of the archenemy. I had already suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of Kotis and was afraid of another betrayal. I couldn't be forthright with you, so I studied. So did you look for Caesar corruption or the light of righteousness? What did you find? The woman who stood shoulder to shoulder with me and helped eradicate the cultists of Footfall. She smiles, is reminiscent about a pleasant evening spent in the company of friends rather than a bloody battle. Although my opinion of you started changing before then, back when you agreed to talk to the orphans at my request. A leader who is willing to honour those who have laid down their lives for them and take care of the children is a leader who inspires trust. The way you acted in that moment. Do you remember? There was a young man whose grief and confusion had driven him to insolence. You found words that could comfort him. You didn't punish him, didn't scare him with a show of austerity. You even admitted you were not all-powerful. It surprised me. You even saw it as weakness at first, but some thought saw wisdom in it. The way you openly addressed the thoughtless boy does you credit. But just to clarify, you were wounded, so you never found St. Argenta's ship, is that right? Yes, I rushed to Theodore the moment I could walk again, and I insisted to come back to Silas Prime to defend the relic from the heretics. I was told that the warp had destroyed the old route to the planet, and that plotted a new one would take a great deal of time and effort. As if there could be anything more important than protecting the faith and hunting down the servants of the archenemy. In any event, the route was lost, and all knowledge of it died in the attack on the ship along with the old navigator. Now we have a new lead, the data that we collected in the cultist shrine of Footfall. Not really data. Nothing. I don't care what that reprobate we executed said. There must be a way to track them down. Tell me, Rogue Trader, will you help me in this undertaking? Will you help me find this great relic and return to the people of Imperium? It's important to you. I will help. She walks in and places her hand on your shoulder. So be it, Rogue Trader. As I stand here before the one embodiment of the Emperor's will, marked by his own hand, I vow that I will not relent until the holy relic has been returned and the heretics punished. And may the light be with us both on this path. Hey, my voice is going. I need some water, I think. So, I think that will do for now. I'll end this episode here. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I hope to see you all in the next episode. Bye, y'all.